Hi everyone, and welcome to the energy update from January 23rd to 29th, 2023. My name is Heike. I am an energy intuitive and I would love to share with you what my guides told me for that week. The first topic is face your fears. And they said that the energy of the new beginnings is very strong now from this first new moon, but just also in general, we have a shift of energy towards the new. So it's away from all these breakdowns a little bit and more into a different direction. And if you did not yet write down your intentions for this year, and maybe just only for the next month, then the masters would really like to invite you to do so and to think about what really would bring positive, desirable change into your life right now. And then notice why you did not already start with it, or maybe you already started on it. But normally or usually, this is where we are facing our greatest fears. And this is what they would love to encourage us, because normally it always says, this is the blockage for how you achieve your dreams or why you don't achieve them. Because at some point you're going into fear, or you're thinking you're not good enough, all these little lies that you are telling yourself, which are really excuses to not do it. And I'm not trying to blame you. Yes, I know you may have very good reasons for everything. I just would like, or my guides would like you to question those and to really ask yourself, is this real? Is this fear real? And where does it come from? Most of the time it's childhood trauma. It's something that we got told, so we believed it because we were an obedient child. Or it's something that we just heard adults in our surroundings say that we're trusting in. So it were their limiting beliefs, which are then in the end limiting us. Or it was a kind of trauma that we experienced that was just too much for us at that time, being a little child. And now as adults, it's just a different thing. Of course we can cope with the experience. So it would be a good idea to reflect on this and maybe write it down. And the important thing when you're writing things down is always your emotions. It's not so much the facts, it's more the emotions. And then read it through and see what you need to do. Maybe you can write a decree how you want things from now. Or you can work with affirmations. It's a great thing to do that in front of a mirror. I just shared that on Instagram the weekend, I think the Saturday the 14th, around that. I do that from time to time because I have an affirmation that works miracles in my life. And yeah, so I would really like to encourage you to do that. Looking into the mirror, looking into your own eyes, that's how you are directly in contact, in tune with your soul and your unconscious or your subconscious. And if you notice there are some beliefs that you need to change, there are certain methods how you can do it, like EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique, or Psych K. Check it out. So if you like to research on those a little bit, maybe if you feel you have strong beliefs that you need to turn around, it's not painful, it's fast, and it works. Exactly. So the second topic is new strategies, and it's about new strategies for your life. We have been dealing with lots of sudden changes, with lots of breakdowns during the last 3 years, and we needed to adjust to all these restrictions and sudden changes that affected our life in one or another way. So also people who were really trying to resist changes, to have their life in a constant order and nothing changes. Of course, we know that life is constant change, but there were people who were thinking that this change was very little, and they experienced that because they wanted to experience that. But now we all experience that it can be very different. And this doesn't mean that life has to be or had to be horrible. No, and in fact, there are people who have been thriving and who really have used this time. I can personally say that there was always a difference between what was going on in the outside and what was going on in my life. Yes, I can say for sure that I would have liked certain things go quicker, faster, and I was also restricted in a way, but the personal growth that I experienced and also moments of joy and miracles, especially now, that's totally different. And therefore it's always important to see and to question and to see if it's really, is it really like this? Is it really like this? Or could it also be seen and experienced and thought about in a different way? So it's all about mental flexibility, and who has not yet been mentally flexible. And of course, there are people, we know that if you are not very flexible mentally, there are certain illnesses and diseases you can contract when you are getting into your 60s, 70s normally, sometimes even earlier. They are affecting your brain, your central nervous system. So that's very important to understand that we are living in times, as my masters say, who are teaching us to embrace our fears and also to embrace our mental flexibility and to understand that things can always be totally different. Like this. It's like the dark and the light side of the moon, for example. So it's all about creating our life in synchronization with the universe, as a cooperative creation. And this is only possible if you accept what you cannot change. So you just say, okay, this is it. This is the fact now. And understand which are facts and which are things made up by your brain, by your mind. And go from there and say, okay, so what now? Like Abraham Hicks always say, okay, so now what? What's next? This is where I'm standing and this is it. So what can I do to feel good? What can I do to make my dreams come true or to come a little bit closer? And there's always something that you can do. And if you can't think of anything, then just do something that takes your mind off what you're just thinking and gives you joy. So it's all about self-care. Again, here we are again. Okay, so the message from the masters, just looking at my notes, exercise your partnership with the universe. And they say, okay, Heike, it's your turn to talk about your experience. Okay, so, right. You know that if you want to access the collective consciousness, there's no trick. You can do it. It's very simple. You just decide you want to do that, and you allow them to guide your way. And you can also do that in front of the mirror. Hey, guides, I would love your guidance. Please show this to me in a way that I understand. And they are very patient and very loving and so different from human beings. Yeah, I can only say that. And if you ask for a sign that you understand for whatever you want, if you need to make a decision, if you want a message, if you want some information, you know, they can do anything. And if you know that, if you believe in that, and in your own skills, which you got as a gift from when you got born, when you came into this physical experience, then this will happen. And you know, there are certain ways. You can have clairvoyance, clear cognitions, I think it's called, clear sentence, and also what did I forget? It's about feeling, hearing, seeing, and knowing. Okay, so I'm sorry. If you remember the words, please give them to me. That would be great. I don't remember them at the moment. So it's really about training those muscles. It's like when a child starts walking. It's not very capable at the beginning. It falls down, but it always gets up. It doesn't question that it can walk. And this is the same thing with this skill of being in contact with your guides. You can do it. Don't question it. If something comes through and you get a message over and over again, or like a reminder, oh, you wanted to do this, you know, write it down and do it, act upon it, and you'll see this is what happens. But if a message feels off at any point, it's off. So it always has to have this loving, embracing feel to it, and then it's fine. Good. I hope this inspires you to maybe find out a little bit more. And of course, as always, I hope this was helpful. I thank you very much for being here on this channel and for sharing, liking, subscribing and commenting, because this is what keeps it alive and what helps other people to find it and to hopefully also get some more information and some practical help and encouragement and inspiration for their life, because that's what it's about. Lots and lots of love, and have a beautiful week.